In this lesson, we will explore a very creative application of float and learn a very important feature of floated sibling elements. We've got three sibling DIVs here. The first DIV is taller than the other two. The second DIV, however, is wider than the third one. When we float the three sibling DIVs to the left, the browser is wide enough to house them all. Things are fine. We'll not have any problems. But if the browser is only wide enough to house the first two DIVs, the third one will be forced to move downward. Because the first DIV is taller, it'll block the third DIV from reaching the browser window. In our previous lesson, we've done this experiment. Our conclusion was, you're highly recommended to set a uniform width and height to every floated sibling element. But in this lesson, we'll show you the other side of the story. Before we carry on, you need to take out your phone and take a photo of this experiment result. You'll need to compare the result later. Take a look at this example. This is the official webpage of jd.com. Its header area is composed of 4 items: logo, an input box, an item list, and a button. The logo and the button are displayed at the two sides and the input box and the hyperlink list in the middle. The input box is placed above the hyperlink list. Have you any idea how to achieve this design? Most importantly, how do you achieve this design elegantly with concise and clear codes? This design includes 4 items: a logo image, an input box, a hyperlink list, and a shopping cart button. But there's actually an invisible 5th item. Have you any idea what it is? Yes, it's the parent DIV wrapping those 4 items. Do you remember the photo I asked you to take? Take it out and compare it with this header we're about to create. Can you find anything in common? If you do, have you any inspiration? The solution is we float the image logo, input box, and the hyperlink list to the left. But the parent DIV is only wide enough to house the logo and the input box. The hyperlink list will be forced to move downwards. Because the logo image is taller than the input box, it'll block the hyperlink list. In this way, we can get what we want, and most importantly, our code is really concise and nice and clear. As for the shopping button, we'll deal with it later. It's actually more complicated than you think.